Sports Talk. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
A little jet sweep to start the drive. Gets past one man, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Dietrich Wise running through and dropping him for the sack. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Patriots take over. Now we'll get a first look at this Patriots offense, and of course leading them for his 2nd season. Last year's Rookie of the Year runner-up out of Alabama, Mac Jones. Throwing, Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Buying time to his left. Checking this down to Stevenson. 2 yards, good enough for a first. The Patriots at 7-1 now on the year. And they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And as much as we hate to play this game, you know I'm going to do it anyway. Extrapolate that over a full season. What does that come out to, partner? 14-2. And anyone in the NFL, they'd sign up for that record, that's for sure.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Jones. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another 1st down at the Colts' 38-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. The rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
2nd and 5 now. Jones. And that'll be complete to Stevenson. And they'll work this down inside the 30. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Again, Stevenson. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Ramondre Stevenson with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Folk. And it's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time. And it was polished off by a Ramondre Stevenson touchdown run. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football. After 7-0. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. On second down, it's Richardson to throw it. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. 3rd and long for Richardson. And this is incomplete. Oh, looked like he had a pretty good line on that. Well, that would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in. To pull on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a net of 39. 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Offense gets set to go, and there's Ramondre Stevenson. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also have those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
This will be caught at about the 5.
And the Patriots are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Stevenson.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Stevenson again. And he will not get in. In fact, he might have lost a yard. Back to the 2.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
They'll run with Stevenson.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
Ramondre Stevenson
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Patriots have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Now Folk for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was polished off by a Ramondre Stevenson touchdown run.
Now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Week 9 here in the National Football League. He'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We've got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans from the Superdome.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Richardson.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
Hey!
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with... And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of prep.
And now, as with every potential turnover, we're going to take a second look at this. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. A give for Stevenson, running right.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Off play action. Jones.
He gets this to Thornton.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Here's Stevenson.
They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Patriots will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Richardson looks to throw it.
Quick slant. That's caught by the 5'11 Landry. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
2nd and 5. Richardson now on 2nd down.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And Richardson yet again.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Offense gets set to go, and there's Ramondre Stevenson.
A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as it brings us to the end of the first half.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. So here are the Patriots to take over. They were winners over the Jets a week ago, and they are in the driver's seat right now as well. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive.
Oh, he pulls over it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
58 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Again, it's Stevenson. Takes it to about the 37. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Got his man. It's Thornton.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Jones. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 38-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. To the right side, this is Stevenson.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Patriots take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Folk connects on the extra point, and it is 28-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's trying to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that be...
And now off to the races down the right side. 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor,
72 yards.
And the Colts get a bit closer.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So a sensational return there on special teams, a foot race that he was not going to lose. Now, meanwhile, while that was going on, we've got an injured player on the field.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right.
He'll dump this down to Stevenson.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Back now in Foxborough. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They go play action here on first down.
Out left and complete to Thornton.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Throwing Jones. The quick slant caught. That catch good for 8, but still, it's third and goal now.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Well, what a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. Third and goal. Looking for Thornton, and he's got him. Touchdown, New England.
A great effort there. There to make the grab.
And the Patriots are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was Tyquan Thornton who brought in the touchdown reception to cap things off. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st and 10, it's Richardson.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. On for the extra point is Folk. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Over the middle, into the hands of Woods. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield.
A big play there for Indy. 42 yards.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, folks, this is not an accident. This is by design. They wanted to clear out the middle of the field, and then if no one's open, they got a safety valve. They can just dump it down.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Now Richardson. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Richardson looking to throw.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Stevenson gets it again on 2nd down.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Stevenson.
And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Richardson following the fumble recovery. He'll throw.
Quick slant here to Woods.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. This will be...
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
He's got his man, Thornton. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down as they wind up getting 13 there on fourth down.
The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
And Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so.